I'm going to show you in live look now of the rush hour from our News 4 traffic cameras. All of the red and yellow that we see, Interstate 64, 70, 270 as well. Really just a mess right now. That means slow going on the roads. And now we are looking at one of our traffic cameras, looking at closure at Antire Road, Interstate 44. So Interstate 44 westbound here in Antire. Really just an absolute standstill. So you can imagine, drivers, you are asked to use a different route. Traffic just crawling along in that area. And on Interstate 270 northbound at Gravois Road, we're seeing some major backups in that area as well.
We know this crash is now clear from Route 364 in North St. Louis County. Fire crews in Blackjack responded to a crash in the southbound lanes near Parker when another driver rear-ended their fire truck, injuring a firefighter. Our Alexis Zotos was there as that scene was cleared. She joins us now live with the update. Alexis.
Yeah, that's the good news here tonight at 367 here at Redmond. You can see behind me, traffic is actually moving pretty good up in this area, but it was closed in the southbound lane for quite some time for that accident. Take a look at these photos. These were photos shared with News 4 of that crash involving a Spanish Lake Fire Department truck. That truck was there to help assist another accident that was already happening. It was rear-ended by another car. You can see some of the damage to the other vehicles in that accident. We are working to confirm the extent of the injuries of these other drivers, but we do know a Spanish Lake firefighter was taken to the hospital. We also shot some video of that accident. We counted many cars that were involved there on that overpass at 367. And if you come back out here live, I can show you exactly what we're talking about. But up on that interstate, you know, it's an overpass, and that's where, of course, Megan is always warning us about the dangers of that. Those freeze and get slippery earlier than other parts of the road. Good news is we have seen MoDOT trucks out here tonight on the interstates, but these are what you're going to have to worry about. Take a look at this part of the road. These are the side streets. This is really slushy, and as those temperatures continue to fall, that's when we get concerns about freezing, and we know that plows don't always make it up into some of the smaller side streets, into your subdivisions, so that's where you really need to take it easy. Reporting live, Alexis Zotos, News 4. And
this was another crash late this morning on Interstate 270 at McDonald Boulevard in North St. Louis County. Several lanes of 270 were closed for quite some time earlier today. No reports, though, of any serious injuries. Russell Kinsall has been tracking the road conditions today from the storm mode Silverado, especially on the Page Avenue extension, where an accident has caused a major backup. Russell joins us live from Highway 364.
Well, right now we're on Bennington, getting onto Highway 364, heading eastbound, and I want you to be able to take a look at what westbound looks like. It's a parking lot. Can you see that shot? We are going eastbound because we finally made it out of that parking lot that's westbound. There was an accident between 270 and 141, and it has traffic on the Page Avenue extension going westbound, moving very, very slowly. You're going to be getting home late tonight if you're taking that route to get home. Now, earlier today, we found someone putting their ice scraper to use for the very first time this season. TORI CREEKMORE told us that she and a friend carpooled, and they meet at a parking lot in Brentwood to begin the ride together. So her car this morning sat through all of the rain and then all of the snowfall. So by the time she got back to her car, she found a bit of an icy bottom layer under the snow and had to really work at it to get her car cleaned off. But she had a pretty good attitude about it.
It was icy and snowy and cold. I'm glad I had a scraper. Just part of living in St. Louis. Love it, hate it, it's part of living in St. Louis.
Part of living in St. Louis, indeed. So we are now taking the entrance ramp onto I-270, heading southbound. Traffic is moving a lot better on 270 than it is on 364 westbound. That's a parking lot, and it's going to be that way for quite some time. But hey, listen, when it does snow, there are some people that think it's a great thing because they can make money when it snows. We'll have that story coming up all new on News 4 at 6. Live in the storm mode Silverado, Russell Kinsall, News 4.